Now let's look at the gross morphology of the cerebellum. Now, as we all know, this cerebellum is a structure which is present in the posterior cranial fossa at the infratentorial space. Now, this cerebellum is a structure which is present behind the brainstem. So, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है? We have already removed the brainstem. यहाँ पे जो आप structure देख पा रहे हो, these are the peduncles. ठीक है? We will come to this. ये peduncles में हम लोग आएंगे. Now, this cerebellum, अगर हम लोग relation देखते हैं, the cerebellum, anterior relation of the cerebellum, here we are going to have the brainstem. So, basically we have the pons and the medulla on the anterior part, यहाँ पे. Then posterior जब आएंगे, आपको पता ही है this is an infratemporal surface. So on the upper part, superiorly it is bounded by the tentorium cerebelli, and inferiorly यहाँ पे we are going to have the squamous part of the occipital bone. So these are the three relations of the cerebellum. Anteriorly we have the pons and the medulla. Posteriorly, superior part we are going to have the tentorium cerebelli, and inferiorly we will have the squamous part of the occipital bone. Now this cerebellum is also like the cerebrum, consisting of two hemispheres. So these are the two hemispheres of the cerebellum. Both the cerebellar hemispheres, they are continuous together or connected together by a midline structure known as the vermis. So this midline structure is known as the vermis. Now here we can see that the superior cerebellar surface, right, the superior part, here the connection between the superior cerebellar hemispheres and the vermis, we do not have any notch. It is more or less continuous over here. But on the inferior surface, if you see, then we can see that there is a presence of a notch. Now this notch is known as the vallecula. This is the vallecula. And in the floor of the vallecula, we are going to have the inferior vermis. So this is the superior vermis, and in the floor, we are going to have the inferior vermis. And the notch which is present on the inferior part is known as the vallecula. Now here you can see the presence of lots and lots of fissures, right? These are very important fissures. But here, if you look at the fissure properly, if we go through a cross section, you are going to see the appearance of leaf-like structures which are known as folia. So there are many fissures present over here. But the most important fissure that we have to know is on the superior surface, we are going to have, first of all, let's first look at this fissure. You can see the presence of this fissure. This fissure is known as the horizontal fissure. This is the horizontal fissure. The horizontal fissure is separating the cerebellar hemisphere into a superior surface and the inferior surface. The next fissure that we can see is on the superior surface. This is the fissure known as the fissura prima or the primary fissure. The fissura prima or the primary fissure. This fissura prima or the primary fissure separates the superior surface into an anterior lobe and the remaining part, right? The anterior lobe and the posterior area. On the inferior part, we have one more fissure that is present over here. This is the posterolateral fissure. This posterolateral fissure separates a small structure known as the nodule or the flocculonodular lobe. So in this way, and with the help of the fissures, that is a primary fissure and the posterolateral fissures, the cerebellum is divided into three lobes. The part which is present in front of the primary fissure or the fissura prima, this is the anterior lobe. The part which is present behind the posterolateral part, this is the flocculonodular lobe. And the part which is present in between the primary fissure and the posterolateral fissure, this whole structure is known as the posterior lobe or the middle lobe. So the cerebellum consists of the anterior lobe, the posterior lobe, and the flocculonodular lobe. The cerebellum, both the cerebellar hemispheres, they are connected together by a central structure known as the vermis. This vermis superiorly does not have any notch, but on the inferior part we can see the presence of a notch. This is known as vallecula. Okay, so this is more or less about the fissures, that is the fissura prima, the posterolateral fissure, and the horizontal fissures, the three important fissures that we have to know. Now let's look at the peduncles or the connections of the cerebellum. We know that the cerebellum is connected to the brainstem with the help of three peduncles. The superior cerebellar peduncle connects the cerebellum to the midbrain. The middle cerebellar peduncles connects the cerebellum to the pons, and the inferior cerebellar peduncle connects the cerebellum to the medulla.
See this specimen which is present here in a dilapidated state. So this specimen, why I am showing you this specimen again, we have shown this एक ही चीज, just see the 3 cerebral peduncles. When I am looking at this specimen from the inferolateral aspect, this is inferior cerebellar peduncle. अच्छे से देखो, this is inferior cerebellar peduncle. This is basilar part of pons. This particular region can be more or less from here will come out the trigeminal nerve. That means this particular region is middle cerebellar peduncle. This is ICP. This is MCP. Go to the back side. See these two. This is superior cerebellar peduncle. That means these two cerebellar peduncles are connecting the cerebellum with the region of midbrain. With the region of midbrain. So this is superior cerebellar peduncle. So this is the superior cerebellar peduncle connecting the midbrain to the cerebellum. These are the fibers of the middle cerebellar peduncle. Can you see the impression? এই যে দেখ ঘুরে যাচ্ছে, এই জায়গাটা দেখা, এই যে দেখ, see the fibers are turning and going inside. So this is the fiber of the middle cerebellar peduncle. और अगर आप नीचे से देखोगे, that is connecting the pons with the cerebellum, and these are the fibers of the inferior cerebellar peduncle connecting the medulla with the cerebellum. These are the 3 cerebellar peduncles, and when we will see this specimen here, and if we remove as it is removed here, the cerebellar hemisphere fibers, these are the transverse fissures which are present anyway in the entire cerebellum. So when we have removed the upper part, the superior part of the cerebellum, and we are seeing inside, so this is grey matter and this is white matter. Now in the white matter deep inside, we have removed a huge part of cerebellum, then only we can see, and it has not come out very nicely because this is a comparatively old specimen. In new specimens it will come out nicely, but still can you see the impression, the grey matter present here? Can you see, all see? यहाँ पे focus करो इस जगह पे. So this is the, ये देखो, and if you focus it nicely, it looks crenated. এই দেখ এরকম করে যাচ্ছে, এরকম করে যাচ্ছে, এরকম করে যাচ্ছে, দেখো, it looks crenated. So this crenations, ये देखो ऐसे करके आ रहा है, ऐसे गया, ऐसे करके आया, ऐसे गया, ऐसे करके आया, ऐसे गया, उतना अच्छा यहाँ पे निकला नहीं है, but still the impression we can see. This is dentate gyrus. This is dentate gyrus. The deep cerebellar nuclei are lateral to medial D, E, G, F. Dentate is lateral. So this is the lateral most deep cerebellar nuclei. This is the dentate nuclei. The same appearance is that this crenated or crumpled bag appearance of the dentate nuclei is similar to the appearance of the nuclei present in the medulla, that is inferior olivary nuclei. Both of them have got a crumpled bag or crenated appearance. If you can carefully see, ei dekho. So this is the crenated appearance of the dentate nucleus present laterally. This is one of the deep cerebellar nuclei. It belongs to neocerebellum. The fibers which arise from this are those two fibers which go to the cerebral cortex, the sensory area, via red nucleus. So it will be called as, and these fibers pass through the superior cerebellar peduncles. So these fibers are dentato, rubro, thalamo, cortical fibers, or some fibers bypass the red nucleus present in the midbrain, and those fibers are called as dentato, thalamo, cortical fibers. So the efferent fibers, they go out of the dentate nucleus. A dentate nucleus e kon fiber ekhan theke asche? The axons of the Purkinje cells will come and synapse at the level of deep cerebellar nuclei. फिर वहाँ से after post synapse the fibers will come out of dentate. Others also, but in this case we are talking about dentate. Okay, so the 3 cerebellar peduncles are absolutely clear, I hope.